So we've introduced the notion of willingness, and we've introduced a tool called mindfulness that will help you to notice moments when you are more willing and moments when you may be less willing. These are two practices that you can improve with time so that you can make more and more flexible choices about what it is that guides your behavior. But why would we want to be willing? Well, the answer there is in your own direct experience. As I said in an earlier video, if you have found strategies that involve control and getting rid of thoughts, feelings and symptoms, and that they seem to be working for you long term, then there would be no reason to want to explore an alternative like willingness. However, if in your efforts to get rid of what's difficult for you, you have found yourself putting life on hold, getting more and more stuck, getting more and more entangled in the struggle, then willingness is simply an alternative. If what you have been trying to get rid of this problem has not worked well, then willingness is an alternative, because it allows you greater choice to move towards the things that you care about. We can think about that using the word values. What is it that you value? When we talk about values, we really mean, what do you care about? What is it that matters to you most? Most of us on planet Earth do not spend a lot of time thinking about, what is my life for? What do I want it to be about? And that's really the question that we're inviting when we consider values. Values are ongoing qualities of action that we'll never ever get to. We can think about them as being a little bit like a compass direction. I could say that the thing that I care about most is travelling west. And if I leave here and travel west, I will get to Glasgow and then to Boston in the United States of America. And if I carry on going, I'll get to Alaska. When I arrive at Alaska, have I arrived at west? No, there's always more to be going. I can keep on going and never actually arrive at west. But I'll always know that I'm heading in the right direction for myself, because I can know, am I traveling west right now? In a similar way, if I think about the value of being useful to society and being helpful to other people, there's unlikely to be a point in my life where I feel, that's me, I've arrived, I'm finished that now. But I'll always know whether the activities that I'm doing are things that are in that direction of being useful, of being helpful to the world. And so that allows me to see whether am I on track or off track. In a related way, values can be broad directions, but they don't give us a sense of what my specific next step might be. And so it's very useful for us to also have along our direction that sense of what the destinations or the stopping points might be. So for example, going west, I'll encounter Glasgow and Boston, and then maybe Anchorage, Alaska. As I encounter each of these places, I know that I'm going on my right direction for me, a freely chosen direction. Similarly, when I think about the request to do this video for Arthur's Place, I know that that would be something that would be part of being useful. And so it's easy for me to see whether that is aligned with what I care about or not aligned with what I care about. And so it helps me to choose what I do in any given moment. Importantly, these kinds of questions are not things that we usually are used to asking ourselves or asking of other people. We tend to do what we think we ought to do, or do what's expected of ourselves, or just follow kind of more of a path that's laid out for us. In this video, we're really inviting you to consider for yourself, what is it that you care about? What do you want your life to stand for? And to spend some time considering that for yourself, talking with other people about that, talking with family or friends about, if you got to choose, what would be the direction that you would choose? Then trying to break that value down into specific destinations, specific steps that will take you in that direction. Combining that approach with the skills of willingness and mindfulness is likely to help you to develop greater flexibility to choose what is it that I'm doing at any given time, and how do I choose to respond to the difficulties that have come into my life due to rheumatoid arthritis. I hope that these films have been useful for you and that you're able to use some of the resources that are linked to this page to help you to cultivate that mindful awareness, that accepting, willing stance, so that you can make more and more choices in the direction of the things that you care about. There are other links to exercises, self-help resources and so forth on this page, and I hope that you find these films, these links, and this website of Arthur's Place useful to you in living well with what is a difficult condition.